Hello, welcome to the conversation segment of the Signature Show this Sunday. This is the 61st Independence Anniversary edition of the show. And as you can see me, I have the national flag in my hands, the beautiful green, white, green flag, which is supposed to be the symbol of hope, of dignity, of identity, of our standing in the Committee of Nations. So, are we celebrating the 61st Independence Anniversary? Now, let me start from my personal experience on Friday. As Nigeria celebrated in Abuja, the Nigerian capital, all roads leading to the Eagle Square were locked down. Business activities ceased. I walked, no, I trekked, if you know Abuja, from Nyanya to AYA because neither vehicle for wheel vehicle nor motorcycles could pass through the gridlock. Security operatives had shut down that axis. A number of other Nigerians say that they experienced the same thing in other parts of the Federal Capital Territory. Was it a celebration? Or was it a punishment? At 7 o'clock on that Friday morning, President Muhammadu Buhari spoke to Nigerians via a radio television broadcast. What did the president say? We'll take a bit of it. But back here in the studio, we have decided to hand this edition of the program to the ordinary Nigerians. And we just went out on our own to one of the construction companies around us and to the community around us and just took the ordinary Nigerians into our studio. No prior information that we are coming. And for them this afternoon, we will discuss Nigeria's 61st Independence Anniversary. Now, pardon me, I will read out their names first. Now, the gentleman with his umbrella, the rains are here in Abuja. His name is Jide Oladosu. Jide Oladosu works in one of the construction firms around us. That is his credential. Jide, you are welcome today to the program.
Thank you, sir.
Following Jide is Benjamin Odua. Now, do you find that sound interesting? Benjamin Odua. Benjamin, you're welcome to the conversation.
Thank you so much.
We'll soon discuss that And following is Peter Okereke. Also, we just found him at the construction site. Luckily, today is Independence Day, so he was dressed in his Christmas dress. Peter, you're welcome to the conversation.
Thank you, sir, for having me, sir.
Jide, I want to begin with you. What does this Independence Anniversary mean to you?
Thank you for this opportunity to be in this gathering and the opportunity to express my mind. Doesn't mean well to me. As an ordinary Nigerian, I don't think there's any celebration going on because if you look at what is happening in the economy, it's not favoring we the ordinary Nigerians. For example, today is 61st birthday of our country, Nigeria, and it's as if nothing is going on. So I'm talking to you, I'm at work, which is not supposed to be so. Why? Because there is no job, no good job, no encouragement from our leaders by creating means of loans to enhance us up. And the bandits, the insecurity alone has even caused fears of we, the ordinary Nigerians, because everybody is side by side, thinking, who is this man? Who is that man? I'm afraid of this man. I'm afraid of that man. So, doesn't mean anything to me. The 61st birthday of Nigeria doesn't mean anything to me, sir.
Gbe. Can we talk about that Gbe first? Gbe, I suppose, is that a bazooka? Is that a big rock falling from the hill? Gbe is a thief name.
Yes, great
What
Steve
does
name.
Gbe mean?
Be means the origin of name Be preceded the existence of my forefathers. When I say my forefathers, I mean my great grandfather. I'm a thief man. You know, I grew up to understand my father, you know, gave me a little bit about the explanation. The name Be is deeply rooted, so I wouldn't want to go into
Okay,
but on the
let
surface,
me leave the
on the
roots.
surface, when you
Yes.
say Be, there's Be and Be. We are not talking about Be. Be means cut. When you want to cut something, maybe you are going somewhere and you've discovered an obstacle before you cut it and put behind you. However, the Be,
Which is your own.
which is mine, is deeply rooted.
Okay. Let's not pull it out from its roots. But Nigeria at 61. As a young man, have you realized your dreams in a 61-year-old Nigerian nation? And what does this independence anniversary mean to you?
Well, first of all, to me personally, I cannot say there's no need for celebration because, in spite of what we're having, all the disappointment and disenchantment, there's still need for us. I consider it, wise to celebrate the people that laid the foundation for us. It's one thing to lay the foundation, and it's another thing for whoever that is taking over from you to continue with that to where you originally wanted to go. Now, the way things are going, I am very certain that perhaps the foundation, the people that laid the foundation for us, people that fought for this democracy, probably didn't know that this country was going to turn out the way it is. The ordinary people are the majority of the people. We make the majority. The elite are the narrow few. They are considered privileged. You made mention of something here. I was just laughing when you said because of the barricade, the gridlock, the traffic jam in town. What can you say, or what category of people can you say they constituted or induced that traffic? Is it an ordinary? Were there ordinary people like you and I that you can attribute that to, or the narrow elite? Nigeria, to me, is a great nation. When you talk about where the country may be tomorrow, but as it is
Today.
I'm not satisfied with what is happening and the future of Nigeria. I'm not satisfied because I don't think what I'm going through today, I will be proud and happy to hand it over to my children. Because Nigeria is stunted, is experiencing stunted growth. When you are living with people, maybe you probably gave birth to your child together with your neighbor in your, community or household, and now the other one is experiencing rapid growth, and yours is stunted. The growth is stunted. I am deeply certain, I'm very certain that you as the father or mother of that child will not be happy. The way other countries are growing, even the countries that got independent several years after we got ours, the trajectory, the speed at which they are experiencing growth, I can see the direct opposite of that in Nigeria.
The direct opposite of that in Nigeria. Okereke Gbe has spoken very big grammar, and I think let us do some breakdown so that we will understand him. He said that he's not satisfied because Nigeria has experienced a stunted growth. Peter, the Rock.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity. Nigeria, we said we are celebrating, or for me, I don't have anything to celebrate for now. We are 61 years. At least if I'm 61 years, I will know I've achieved one or two things. Economics has turned to, like ordinary man now cannot even buy a pure water of how much is 20 naira. Go to market today, the price of today will be different from price of tomorrow. And we are celebrating. What are we celebrating? We ordinary men, we can't even transport ourselves to coming to work. We are expecting one or two things. The big men were there sending their children to school, calling us together and telling us to 2023 is coming now. They are gathering up now to use we youth to spoil, to scatter many things. But what I just need that we youth, it is time for us to stand. It is time for ordinary Nigeria now to rise up and say no. We have to take over this country by ourselves. We are the majority. They are not more than 1% or 2%. So it's time for us now to like say no. It's time for ordinary Nigeria. If you go to outside, the Agbero people now, well, I live in Kabusa. Whenever I'm coming, I saw them in panels there. They try to stop private cars that is trying to get something for himself too, to like maybe fuel. They will seize the car and collect the key, asking them to bring 100,000, 50,000 naira. Which country are we are celebrating? What are we celebrating? God will help us. God will help us, sir.
Well, Jide, Peter decided to go to the prayer dimension to helping ourselves. But Jide, what is it that you expected from or you're expecting from this your country that you are not getting, that will help you live a complete life?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Well, what I expect is I want us, the ordinary men and the ordinary people, to stand up for what belongs to us. Because this is 61 years. Nigeria became 61 years today. And every other small countries, they have grown more than this. Why? Because the ordinary men in those countries stood up and make sure that the government had their voice. And as we are talking, I want the government and the leaders to consider the ordinary men, because it's the ordinary men that is keeping them in this position, not their family. 2023, as my colleague has rightly said, they will come begging the ordinary men to vote for them, to put them in that same position. So I want them to look into the ordinary men's situations, what we are lacking. There are so many things the ordinary men, we the ordinary men, we are lacking. If you look outside there, we have unemployment, no employment, starvation, demolishing houses, not giving the ordinary men opportunity to have that's a property of themselves. but they are having property everywhere. That is one. Then two, the ordinary men should be able to get things for themselves. What do I mean? Like he has said, today you will hear one price is 10 naira. Tomorrow, price is 20 naira. They need to regulate these prices so that the ordinary men will be able to chook hand in their pocket and get these things out. Not only that, we the ordinary men need to open our eyes, because I'll still go back to what I've said, that the insecurity in this nation has brings about fears in the heart of ordinary men. Men, we the ordinary men, we are scared to go out, to travel. Imagine I want to travel from Abuja to Lagos. I'll be scared of banditry. It's not like this in other countries.
It's not like this in other countries. Let us feed well. Let us be secure. Be Benjamin Orduen. I'm sure you've been hearing about northern governors and traditional rulers, southern governors saying power should shift, power should not shift. Is that of interest to you? And does that hold answer to the problems you have enumerated today?
I see that as that is not a priority for me as a Nigerian that wants, at least we should start from the security angle. The major problems that we have, they are far above who takes over or from what part of the country, what part of the country that takes over the affairs of the country. We are all Nigerians. Whether a northerner, southerners, we are all Nigerians. The mindset is what, and the mindset and the overall interest of individuals is what should be looked at, if you ask me. Let's say, for example, I'm a man of zero integrity. Let's say I'm from the south, and there's another man from the north with integrity but zero capacity. The person from the south is of zero integrity but is of what? Capacity, high capacity. Now, when you say, okay, because you want power to go to the north or the south, you now say, okay, let us give it to the person in the south or north with zero capacity and with stellar integrity. That integrity will only damage the person's reputation. The integrity will stand to haunt that particular individual. But that acute lack of capacity will hurt the generality of the people. Insecurity, killings in Jos, killings in Benue. We are talking of hunger. There's so much hunger in the land. But the problem is this. The elite, I doubt if they really or truly know what is going on. Because we are talking of independence. If you go to some places, go to, Abuja, go to Maitama, Asokoro, go to their houses, a lot of them do not really know what ordinary Nigerians are going through. They are celebrating, dancing. Nigeria is 61. Nigeria is this. Nigeria is that. This gap between our leaders and the people they are leading is too extreme. It's too much. Because if you are leading me and you don't know what I'm going through, how are you going to make legislations that will affect me indirectly? How are you going to bring about leadership that will speak well for me or another person? They don't know. Insecurity, food basket of the nation, Benue State. We are talking of acute chronic hunger in the land. The food basket of the nation today, nobody can boldly and freely go to farm in Benue State now. That should be a major concern to you and to whoever that cares for this country. Because if we continue like this, it's either you are stunted, you are growing, or you are diminishing. We are not stagnant though. It would have been better if this country was stagnant. We are going backward, retardating. As science people will say, somebody is retardating. Engineers will say it's on reverse gear. Nigeria is on reverse gear. I've not spent more than 30 years. I've on this earth. But with my little experience, I can tell you that from how I grew up to know something, Nigeria was more secured than it is now. I was robbed just a couple of weeks ago. I drove to Makudi, my way back to Abuja, along Makudi Lafia. I got attacked by these people. Police checkpoint. I entered the first police checkpoint. They freed me. Less than 100 meters, I saw another checkpoint. They were ransacking one bus. I thought they were police officers. I was asking, why is it checkpoint too close? I ran into them. These guys attacked me viciously, collected all my things, my phones and everything on me. They stripped me of everything and went. They are frustrated. That is not justifiable for anybody to want to go to crime. But the fact that you can resist the scorching sun of hunger does not mean another person can actually do the same. And when you look at it, nobody seems to be worried. The leaders, today as we speak, everybody is planning for how 2023 is going to. What if? How are you sure that if I'm not certain of my security, nobody can comfortably go to bed and sleep well? You don't know whether your house is going to be the next house bandits are coming to attack. Kidnappers are looking for who to kidnap. Before now, it used to be kidnapping was a thing of the elite. If you hear that somebody is kidnapped, you don't need anybody to tell you to know that person is a big man. But now anybody can be kidnapped. They don't care who you are, whether you don't. I don't even know how they are doing it. They will kidnap you without knowing where you are coming from, who you are, and what you are. So it is a major concern for me as a Nigerian that wants, at least, we should forget about where presidency, we should look at capacity. Who is capable of delivering? We have a multi-ethnic nation. We should look at somebody that is a Nigerian
who can deliver,
and not somebody from the south or north who can deliver.
Okay. What is your biggest expectation from the Nigerian nation at 60 as we're rounding off this conversation?
Yes, sir. My big expectation is we just need to come out massively for 2023 to vote them out. Because it's time for the youth to take over these affairs of this country. Because the old men put in there, they are still behaving. I just don't know how to put it. Now, all what I'm just expecting is God should keep us. We will all come out and vote them out.
Well, Peter Okereke has condemned me because past 70 years, Peter Okereke thinks that my generation has failed them. So they want to vote us out. I hope that they don't get me out of this program come 2023. But you feel very strongly about the failures of the nation, but you are still optimistic.
Yes,
and this nation
absolutely.
can be great. Jide, for the poor person, you think that this country needs to do more for him than he's getting now. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's our conversation. We decided to bring them from the street into the studio, unprepared. Just drove out, brought them, so that those in authority can begin to feel the pulse of the man in the street, and not necessarily from the highfalutin language of the National Assembly or political party chairman or the intellectuals and those in big economic theories and all that. This is the way the ordinary Nigerian feels. 61st independence anniversary, we wish our nation well, but above all, we wish the ordinary Nigerian even better. This conversation continues. Please stay with us.